Hey, what's up? And welcome to Move the Chains. I'm your boy, Big Game James, former Tampa Bay Buccaneer, Indianapolis Colt defensive tackle. So, yes, I am a little bit in mourning to where I had to wear my hat for the country of the north of us today. Alongside of me is a man that I know is very, very, very excited right now.
Oh yeah.
I say the number one Cincinnati Bengals fan that I know. That's
Yes.
my man, musicologist A. Reed.
Yes, sir. How you doing, man? Let's get it. Who Day Nation. I'm with you, boys.
Hey man,
Back.
first and foremost, man, and I know we about to dive into these games, Reed. I just want to say congratulations, man, because this is a long
Appreciate it,
time
man.
coming. And I know
Appreciate
it's so funny because I had a memory pop up on Facebook the other day from when we was doing Jill's point of view,
it.
and
Yeah,
we was talking about the hurdle that Marvin Lewis could never overcome, and
man.
how he always struggled. He get him there and never quite got him over the hump. And first game against the Raiders, cool. You said you'd be happy. Second game, they went into Tennessee, beat the number one seed, and now they're going to the AFC Championship game. Hey man, how you feeling about your Bengals right now, brother?
Feeling wonderful. I feel great. I think that this is clearly the best season that they've had in 31 years. I'm
Wow,
just gonna say it.
it is what it is.
But I feel great. I think that, and I know we're gonna get into it, but I think that they can do what they need to do against KC. They beat them one time before. I think they got a blueprint. I think they can do what they need to do. I know we're gonna talk on it, but
Yes,
man, I'm telling you, man, I'm gonna be super hype if we win.
I feel you, brother.
Super hype.
Me too. And for any of y'all that's just joined us, man, welcome. Like I said, I'm your boy Big Game James A. Reed. We had to push things back a little bit tonight. So if y'all got here early and we weren't on yet, we apologize. But
That's
hey,
on me, man. That's on me.
and hey,
Apologize.
guess what? Don't apologize, man. Life happened.
They
Life
do.
happened.
They do. They
Hey,
do.
I'm just glad I can talk with a regular voice because a couple of days ago I felt like an elephant had their foot on my chest, man, and it was rough on your boy. It was
I
rough,
know it
man.
was. I know it
It
was.
really
I
was
know
rough
it
on your
was.
boy. So, hey, anyway, we're gonna go back. We're gonna recap the divisional round,
Yeah.
the AFC. Oh man, hold on. I got the wrong run sheet up, bro. I don't know what's wrong with
I
me.
still like that though.
I
That's
got
dope.
that. I got the wrong run sheet up, and I know I got it
I
on
rep the AFC.
here. um, hey, but we still, we talk about the AFC, and I put and yeah, see on that little overlay, I got you up there on the
Yeah,
AFC, me on the
yeah.
NFC, being the Tampa Bay Buccaneers guy that I am.
I feel you. I feel you.
I am.
Respect.
Let's see something here, man. Read. Um, and if not, I'm gonna have to just go in and get my piece of paper. I typed up what we're doing, but we just going back through the games, man. And we're talking about that divisional round and what happened this past weekend. And
Mhm.
matter of fact, hey, when all else fails, bro, just go to the book.
For sure. For sure. For sure.
So, hey, first game I had written down, wanted to talk about was a division recap. Your Cincinnati Bengals going into Nashville, Tennessee, and beating up on the Tennessee Titans. Man, what do you make of that game that you saw on Saturday?
First and foremost, shout out to everybody that did pick Cincinnati because a lot of people picked Tennessee, and rightfully so. I understand Derrick Henry was back. You know what I'm saying? He was healthy. I was expecting them to feed him, which they did a little bit. But you have to give kudos to the Bengals staying on task, doing what they needed to do, especially coming up with those. And this is the biggest thing out of that whole game. You can okay, yeah, Cincinnati gave up 9 sacks, and that's horrible for anybody. That's horrible. But 9 sacks will negate 3 interceptions anytime in the game.
Yeah,
Anytime.
yeah, you got a great point. And now let's give Tennessee some credit.
Gotta give
I've always said, man, that they apply pressure with their front four like no one else in this league.
yes,
They
they
did a
do.
good job all year. Now, do you think? I'm gonna say that. Do you think that Joe Cool is what they calling him right now, Reed?
Mhm.
Hey man, he doesn't even look like a second year player the way he's so calm and cool in the pocket,
Nothing.
and nothing rattles him. And he
Love it.
was running for his life. Now, I'm mad. I forgot this young man's name. It's not McGee. The defensive tackle, number 93, I think it is for y'all. He was making moves and getting in Tennessee's backfield. He was hitting Derrick Henry before he can get started. And I think that was a little bit of a sleeper that going into this game, we talked about how banged up the Bengals were, but they had some damn good plays on defense, man.
Man, they were stopping Henry, man. They was really getting through there, man. I saw him now. He got his yards. He's gonna get his yards,
Right.
of course. You know what I'm saying? But damn, I was surprised, man. I was really surprised, man. They was really on task. Shout out to the DBs. You know, I mean, look, Brown is gonna be Brown. AJ is what it is, bro.
Yeah,
AJ
he's
is
that
the truth.
he's that factor, man. When they showed that touchdown again, for him to be in the position he was in and turn around and bring that thing in with one hand, man, it was just an amazing catch. I don't care who you put on him or how you try to guard him. That's just a beast being a beast right there. And that's the thing about the NFL. There's so many playmakers out there, man. You got to pick your poison on who you going to try to stop, when you going to try to stop them, and good luck to you.
Yeah, man. Yeah. That was it was nice to see, man. It was very, very nice to see. But still, again, like you said, man, kudos to Tennessee and their defense because they kept them boys in the game. Like I said, man, those 9 sacks. God, I'm thankful nothing bad happened to Joe. I'm glad that he was able to still get up from all that. I mean, he's a soldier. You don't really see 9 sacks go down in games,
Nah,
especially in playoff games like that.
Normally, when you hit the ground that many times, the outcome is going to be different, and it's normally going to be the team that put that quarterback down 9 times is going to be on the winning side of that.
Hmm.
So for the Bengals to come out of there on the road, a young team, beat up front, had a couple defensive leaders missing as well, to come out with a victory, I must say I'm impressed because I changed my mind 2 times, dog. I know when we talked last week. I think I said Tennessee was going to win if Derrick Henry was back. And then I went on Big Game Sports Buzz and I said, well, I think Cincinnati has a chance if they can stop the run. And I'm going to tell you this. Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase are making a believer out of me that if they can keep doing the things that they're doing on offense, that they can take the Bengals far. And I like what Joe Burrow said in the press conference. He said, I'm sick of the underdog narrative. We're a good team and we're here to play.
Facts.
So,
Facts. You need that, man. That's why
yeah.
it's so beautiful to have. It was wonderful to have a guy like Joe Burrow who's swag coming out of LSU, comes into the NFL, keeps the same cool swagger. He's like, I can do this. This ain't nothing. You see the transition is nothing for him. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, he's been playing like a vet, like he's been in the league for about 6, 7, 8 years now.
Hey man, he takes the field, then he takes the podium like I've been doing this. This is what I do, and
That's where he belongs, man.
I know as a defensive player, when we had that kind of leadership on the offensive side of the ball, it made us want to go play even harder because you knew you
Tough.
had to get the ball back into that guy's hand to take the field and do what he does best. You know what I'm
Real tough.
saying?
Real tough.
So it's just awesome to see. And now, and I know we're gonna get to predictions, but all of a sudden, the Bengals won. And then later on, when San Fran got that dub against
Green Bay.
against the Packers against Green Bay, I just had a flashback to that Super Bowl with Boomer Esiason back in the day,
Mm,
and Joe Montana. I mean, just ooh, dog. What
mm,
if? What if? We gonna get
mm,
into predictions a little bit later,
mm.
but that's that
Before
first
we
game of
even
the week.
move on, though,
What's up?
what does this say about Tannehill, though, bro?
Oh,
Cause I'm gonna go ahead and say it because I know that I've been no y'all know. Shout out to Jill, T, everybody,
yeah,
man. Like
yeah.
I have supported Tannehill.
You
You
have
know
for a long
I
time.
have supported him.
Um,
Can't do it, man.
this is what I took from that game, and I gave Tannehill the benefit of the doubt. Once he left Miami, he got into a system that the Titans have in place. They got a run heavy system. They don't ask for him to do a lot of things.
Hmm.
Late in the game, to make the mistake that he made to throw that ball, and Eli Apple was behind. They had a damn near bracket coverage. It was 2 DBs right there. You still try to put that ball in place. Apple makes a hell of a play, tips it. Cincinnati gets the pick. And give it up for McPherson. Give it up for the field goal kicker, man. How often do we say kudos to the kicker?
5th round draft pick.
I mean, but I will say this:
What a
Ryan
cannon.
Tannehill is the quarterback that you want to have to not shoot himself in the foot, and he did just that. He panicked. He shot himself in the foot.
Big game.
Three picks. He's not
First
that guy.
play of the game.
Yeah,
First play of the game.
Yeah, I was on the group chat, dog. Hey, it came to the group chat early. Oh, first play. Here we go. So, saying this, and was the moment too big for Tannehill? And did Joe Burrow handle the moment better than the veteran quarterback?
I mean, you see the results. Who won?
Right.
Facts.
Hey. Yeah, so I think that now, free agency wise, now this is a good question too, Reed, that I thought about though. You got a guy, or you got a team, you got an old school minded coach in Vrabel that loves to run the ball, eats up time, basically has a quarterback to manage a game. Can you get an efficient quarterback that doesn't want to come in with the ego of wanting to throw the ball all the time? So can Vrabel and the Tennessee Titans go find a quarterback suitable for his offense in free agency that's going to sacrifice stats to play in that system?
This is going to sound funny when I say this. Baker.
Ooh.
Baker Mayfield.
Really?
Baker Mayfield.
Man.
I can see that.
You can see Baker?
I can see that. Because with the run heavy that Derrick Henry does, takes the ball out of his hands.
Okay.
Doesn't have to do as much. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Got a decent enough defense that's going to help him out. Got some weapons around him. Yeah.
Hey, man, that's great. But didn't the Browns exercise the option? Did they pick up his option?
I think so, though. I think he's gonna be their quarterback next year.
So
after that, though, I don't know.
One more year. So if the Browns don't extend him, you can see. But now, does that mean Tennessee sacrifices going with Tannehill for one more year?
They have to, unfortunately. You know what I'm saying? Or if something happens, let's say Minnesota gives up Kirk Cousins. Let's say they cut him. They just, they got rid of Zimmer. They go ahead and get rid of that. Yep. You know what I'm saying? Ironically enough, what if Rodgers left and went there?
Wow, big. Hey, shout out to Tim Murray. Hey, thanks, Tim.
What's going on, Tim? How you doing, bro?
Tim, we got another Bengals. Hey, Tim's another Bengals fan. Hey, Reed. He from Cincinnati. He run with them Bengals, man.
We going
all day.
Going.
So hey, that's good. That's good right there to see and talk about what might happen. And that's not a bad fit, man. That's not a bad fit. The thing is, though, he's probably gonna be gone now. Would you, before the next quarterback we're gonna be talking about, Jimmy G and Aaron Rodgers, could you see either one of those quarterbacks going to the Tennessee Titans? Because they got Trey Lance on the bench. I think Aaron Rodgers is done. We're going to talk about that later. I got a question for you that I got set up for a segment. Jimmy G is doing
another one. That's another one. Jimmy G. That's another one that could go to Tennessee.
Yeah,
just be a game manager. Just all he had to do was just be a game manager.
Hey, all they want Jimmy G to do is not turn the ball over.
Does he? And he don't do that.
And
he don't do that.
Not just Henry. The other running back in Tennessee, number 7. I'm drawing a blank right now. Say young boy name. He had a couple good
his name. But yeah. We'll get another Tannehill
with G. So he's saying Jimmy Garoppolo's gonna come in and be the same guy. I think Garoppolo has a better mindset.
He ain't throwing picks. He ain't throwing picks. He ain't turning the game over.
Right. I think Tim. I think that Jimmy Garoppolo could come in and now who's to say San Fran's gonna get rid of him? But I think you got a first round pick right there on the bench, young. you spend that money on that pick, you're going to get Trey Lance on the field
It's
eventually.
yeah.
I think it's going to happen. If they win the Super Bowl, it's going to be a whole lot of controversy.
If
But
they win, if they go, look, if they go to the Super Bowl, G is coming back.
okay, I
They
can't
go to
argue
the
that.
Super Bowl, G is coming back. Why you gonna get rid of him? He just took you to the Super Bowl. Don't
Yeah,
make sense.
yeah.
Don't make
See,
sense. He's coming back.
it don't make
But
a
they're
whole
gonna have
lot
to
out
figure
of
out
it.
what they're gonna do with Trey Lance. So you see what I'm saying?
Same thing. Same way. Green Bay got to figure out what they're going to do with Jordan Love. So,
Yeah.
and I know we still got to get through these games, but it still baffles me to where you got Aaron Rodgers, you got Devontae Adams wide receiver, you got Jones at running back. You never really go get any of the big name weapons to where you got to go bring Randall Cobb back this year that was banged up and old. You didn't address the needs that you have for your team. Your salary cap was getting up there with Aaron Rodgers. You pretty much blew your chances, I think, to make that a situation that's going to work. Now, speaking of Aaron Rodgers, speaking of Jimmy Garoppolo, 49ers, Green Bay Packers, Lambeau Field, Saturday night game at kickoff, it felt like 5 degrees. San Francisco 49ers winning there, I'm not going to lie, and they did the unthinkable to me because I already had Green Bay picked and set to go represent the NFC in the Super Bowl.
I think everybody did.
Oh, I'm about to pull something up. Read that right there.
I just saw that. Rodgers to Pittsburgh. Wow.
Whoa. Could you see it?
Would he though?
I don't know because, man.
But it would be almost like a transitional fit because they both cold places.
I don't even think the temperature has anything to do with the moves he makes. I think he's more so looking into.
He said he don't want to be on a rebuild squad though.
Now. See, we're going to get messed up. He don't want to rebuild. I'm going to say that point. I'm going to come back to it.
We got to hold on because we was going to that.
Okay. Let's talk about
hold
this
on
game.
To that point. Ding.
Yeah. So, San Francisco 49ers, they go in, and it's an ugly game. It's a cold game. It starts snowing. But at no point in time did I ever think that the 49ers had a chance. And lo and behold, the one unit that came through and played the way they needed to play was the special teams of the San Francisco 49ers.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see it happening, dog. I never
didn't nobody, bro.
I mean, to go in now, I will say this. Whatever Deebo Samuel asked for, they need to go ahead and give it to him. Because, hey, Stephen A. Smith always talking about that's a bad man. It was a bad man in Lambeau Field. It was a bad man at Green Bay. But his name was Deebo.
Yeah.
His name was Deebo. Deebo was the bad man on the field that night. And to see the way and the confidence they had, I think that's what got me. San Francisco was not scared of Green Bay at all.
Not at all.
And, they say that they take their own music to the games. They play it in the tunnels before they take the field. And the players and the coaches said that they have nothing to lose, and they play like it. They play like they have nothing to lose. Hey, they beat Dallas, which Dallas really kind of beat themselves with mismanagement and got out coach. That's a whole nother story. So, but I said, hey, the Cinderella story is going to be over tonight. It wasn't over. What was your biggest surprise of that game right there, Reed?
Oh man, just the Packers just didn't want it, bro. The Packers just didn't want it. I just didn't see the passion in it. Didn't see the passion in it. Just didn't see it, man.
Hey, their defense played. I mean, that defense played a hell of a game.
They played a hell of a game, but it just seemed like I don't know, man. Some just seemed a little bit off. But kudos again to the 49ers. They did it. They went in there and they did what they were supposed to do. Like you said, that special team showed up. Special team showed up.
And it's funny because you always talk about phases of the game, and coaches always talk about it. Some coaches harp on it more than others, and I think it depends on that coach's background and how they get brought up. If they were a special teams guy early in their career, then transition over to a coordinator, then they emphasize it more. And then they start talking about the PFF football rating that that comes out all the time. And Green Bay was rated 32 out of 32 teams. I never knew that until this game happened. So how is it You want to be this storybook franchise. You trying to write this super help Aaron Rodgers write this super legacy, but you never address your special teams, and it showed up big because once they got the interception, um, and a big play, and then old boy came through and blocked the field goal. No,
Yeah.
I think he gave up the big pass to get him down there, even
Yeah.
though after the turnover happened. Then he blocks it, blocks the big. He's like he got redemption for himself. So you're like, that's big. They
Yeah.
blocked that. They blocked
Yeah.
that field
Yeah.
goal before halftime, right?
Yeah.
And then the block punt,
Mm-hmm.
and everybody stopped because no one even knew where the ball was. It's like everybody froze.
That's what was crazy. Yeah.
It was like a game of red light, green light back in the day.
Yeah.
It was like red light,
We're
everybody
like, what?
stopped.
What?
All of a sudden the ball bounced, green light. He picks
Yeah.
the ball up, he runs it back. Oh, damn, here we go. We got something brewing here. And then Robbie Gold, Gold is cold blooded. That cat kicks all over the place.
Yeah. Yeah. To do it in them conditions, man. Again, kudos. 49ers, y'all went in there and y'all hit them in the mouth, man. Y'all showed that y'all wasn't scared of them. So that's a good thing. I give it to them for that.
Man, I will tip my hat off.
Because everybody was saying Green Bay. I mean, even me, bro. Even me. We was all saying like Green Bay ain't finna lose in the playoffs.
Guilty.
Not in Lambeau. Not in Lambeau. They don't lose in Lambeau in January, bro.
Hey man, I'm Reed. When I say guilty,
I know I was.
I'm beyond guilty because
I was.
I was like, man, it's over. They gonna win. They gonna do this. It's they going. Hey, they probably going to the Super Bowl or gonna meet up with Tampa in a rematch. And bam. And guess what? I was so wrong. I was so wrong.
We all was.
But hey, speaking of Tampa, man, the LA Rams going to Raymond James Stadium to face TB12, the GOAT, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And Reed, the first touchdown, the Cooper Cup, I was like, it's going to be a long day. And you know what I'm saying? To make matters worse, I'm already not feeling great. I'm under the weather. I'm watching the game. I'm still kind of laying down. I'm in and I'm out of it.
Yeah.
We got down 23-7 or 27-3. I was like 27-3. I was like, dude.
Now halftime, I was like,
yeah. What? I was like, I'm gonna close my eyes for a minute. And sure, lo and behold, I close my eyes and I wake up and I'm like, oh my God, it's a game.
Yeah.
And then see Brady do what he did. The defense step up and make plays. Leonard Fournette and everybody's like, he scored too quick. I hate when people say that because the instinct of a running back is you have to score. It's 4th and 1. You hesitate, you mess up and don't get it. You turn the ball over. Game was over anyway. Leonard Fournette gets the touchdown. He was such a big part to have back. And then Todd Bowles decides to call a cover zero blitz.
Oh my gosh.
And Levante David did not even go on the blitz.
Cooper Cup.
So he gave Stafford time to throw the ball because he didn't shoot through that other gap to make it a true zero. You put Winfield on the island with the one receiver that was eating you up all day long and give up the touchdown. So this is my whole thing. And I had people contact me and hey man, Brady look old. Brady look old. Tom Brady did his part. Once he got the ball back, he got him back in the game.
Yes,
they tied the game up.
Yes,
the defense dropped the ball on that. So, hey, Tim, we talked about that earlier. Tim says, I'm going to pull this up real quick. I know we're on to the Buccaneers, but Tim says, what do y'all think about the third 49ers Bengals Super Bowl would be their third Super Bowl matchup?
That could be very possible. And if that happens, Cincy winning.
Yeah, because I think that's back when they had Eason coaching quarterback at one time. Then they had Asias and Boomer. But big Anthony Munoz, man, that was a monster. Yeah, tackle. Yeah. But Reed, the Buccaneers did everything they could to get back in the game. I think they expended so much energy, and this is my whole thing. I wanted to choke Todd Bowles for a minute. I was so mad. I was like, how do you do this? And my thing is, don't reinvent the wheel. Do what you do, but you have to do it in certain situations at certain times. Bowles is used to being aggressive. He's used to bringing pressure, but you cannot leave a safety
But that's the wrong time
singled
to do
up.
that.
It was just a bad call.
That's the wrong time to do that.
Bad,
I mean,
bad,
even
bad
even
time to
that
take that chance, man.
I mean, I would hate to say that it's common sense,
It
but I
is
don't.
though.
But you see what I'm
It's
saying?
yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
You're a defensive guy. You're
You
out
don't do that.
you're interviewing for head coaching jobs. You're trying to sell them on the fact that
You don't do that.
you're a defensive minded person that can stop people, and that's the resume you sent in. He might not ever get a head coaching job.
I've never played in the NFL, but even I know that you got to keep the guy in front of you and not
Yes,
let him
sir.
go past you.
Yes.
Even I know this.
Hey man, so hey, big shout out, hey man, Mike Evans, man. I love the way that kid plays, man. He stepped up big to not have Godwin, to have AB act the fool and walk off the field and quit the way
Yeah,
he
he
did.
did.
There's a lot of things that went on in Tampa this year. Not to make excuses, because I'm not a guy that does that. You know, I'm a Buccaneers fan. I'm not a Cowboys fan. Cowboys fans make excuses. Buccaneer
Who?
fans, we except for T. T, I love you death. T probably
Yeah, yeah.
T is probably the
Be
realest
real with it
Cowboy
though.
fans I know.
Be real
Stocks,
with
Stocks, we getting there, brother. Anyway, hey, so
it.
I own the loss that we had. We got beat
Right.
by a better team. And listen, Von Miller, Aaron Donald, that pass rush combination, dog, with a backup offensive tackle and a hurt center, it's a recipe for disaster. Even
Yeah.
with all that, we fought through it. We did what we could. We came up a little short. I'll take it, man.
But y'all lost by a field goal, bro.
A field goal.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
After
That,
all of that,
that
you
we
still
should have
lost by
gave
a
up.
field goal.
Yeah. Hey, once the game was
Kudos.
tied, I was like, hey, they messed up. They let Tom tie the game up. We're gonna go to overtime and win this thing. I had all the faith in the world once we tied it up. And then if you would have saw the air come out my cell, Reed, oh my God! And I was in the room in the house by myself. I couldn't even. I had to console myself. It was bad, dog. It was bad.
I
So
know it. I know it.
I mean, now and what's crazy too is all those first three games we talked about were all decided by a field goal. Ain't that crazy, man? First time I've ever seen this.
Yeah,
All
man.
three games.
But you can't tell me those games wasn't electrifying.
Hey man, I'm 47 years old. I've been watching football forever. You know what I'm saying? Since my papa could put me on his knee and had me right there with him in the living room watching the game. Played the game at the highest level, which was a blessing. I ain't never, ever, 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 my 47 years on this earth, that I can, at least right now, I can't recall more excitement in the playoffs
Yeah,
ever in my life, man.
yeah. It's been live. It's been live, man.
Man,
I'm a
dog.
hate. I'm a hate that it's about to end in another but 2-3 weeks. But Jesus,
Hey, man, we're going to
man,
make something up the Pro Bowl week just to try to get by.
might just have to. Might just have to. Might
Hey.
just have to. Pro Bowl edition.
But the nightcap on Sunday,
And what a nightcap!
boy,
What a
Bills
nightcap!
versus Chiefs.
3 divisional games that ended on a field goal, and then you have this nightcap game that is just fucking incredible,
That ended in overtime.
bro.
Hey, man, now let me be the first one to say this for all the listeners out there and anybody that tunes in on Thursdays to
Mm.
BGSB with me, and shout out to my boy Jay Stoggs. I have my doubts about Patrick Mahomes this year. There was just certain times he didn't look good, and even going into the last game of the season when they played against Denver, he had some throws that just did not look like him. He
Kind of
did
look
not look
iffy.
like his old self. I
Kind
was
of look
like,
iffy.
man, Mahomes is taking a step back this year. The Chiefs are in trouble. I might go back and delete every episode and say I never said it, because Sunday night, that looked like the Mahomes from 3 years ago that won a Super Bowl.
Boy,
That's the Mahomes that
boy.
no one wants to face. Now, Reed, even us saying that, Mahomes proved that he's still a bad man and a dude that can get it done. Where does Josh Allen now rank in your eyes after seeing that game?
Oh man, you got to put him. top 5.
Mm.
Damn shit. Damn, almost a top 3.
Yeah.
Like,
Hey, that dude
like
there.
he shut a lot of doubters up.
A lot of dude
A lot
legs
of doubters up. And
and arm.
I mean, I've always said that the boy was good. I hadn't seen anything to make me think otherwise. But
Got you.
after that game, shit, come on, bro. Come on. Come on. That boy is bad. That boy
Dude.
is cold. That boy is the future of that franchise. Y'all better watch out because Bill's gonna keep coming. As long as he's throwing that ball and doing what he's doing, Bill's gonna keep coming, man. Bill's
So
gonna keep
hey,
coming.
what Stuart Scott used to say? Cool is the other side of the pillow.
Rest in
Hey,
peace, boy.
hey man, he didn't falter, man. He didn't he
Not at
didn't
all.
he didn't panic. He didn't slow down. He
Not at
did
all.
what he needed to do. Dude, I gotta tip my hat off to him
Got to.
because
Got to.
he was just I was impressed.
Because
Beyond
he damn
impressed.
sure didn't lose that game.
No, no,
He
no, no,
didn't lose
no.
that game at all.
He did not lose this game. Now, Reed, speaking of lose the game, here it is on and this is why I hate
I
stats and
think I know what you're
rankings.
going to.
Well, a couple things, and you've been around me long enough to kind of know how my mind works when it comes to
Yeah.
defensive football.
Yeah.
But first off, you talk about how this team has been number one against the pass and everything else all year. Playoffs come, throw all them season stats away. None of that. None of that shit.
Don't matter no more.
You in a brand new world, right?
Yeah.
Leslie Frazier is another one that, hey, I've been wanting this brother to get another chance, another head coaching gig, and but even before that, we're not even gonna go to the last defensive possession for Buffalo before the game got tied up with 13 seconds left.
How?
13 seconds.
How?
Josh Allen has the drive of all drives, and number 13 was the receiver. That young man had a ball game, 4 touchdowns
How?
in a divisional playoff game. Looked like it was like wow. 13 seconds left. You kick the ball all the way through the end zone for a touchback. 0 time comes off the clock, and
Mistake number 1.
And unlike the Cowboys, the Kansas City Chiefs understand game management. They have all 3 timeouts left.
Saw that too. I
3
saw that.
timeouts.
I saw that too.
Hey man, I hate special teams. In the sense that there's so much that goes into it, and it can be so nerve wracking because you damned if you do, damned if you don't kind of thing. Joe Marciano used to talk about it all the time. My old special teams coach in Tampa and then Houston, Texas, and some everywhere. Anyway, Joe talked about it all the time, right? How you got to be right, you got to do things every situation.
Right.
You got to practice special teams almost how you practice a 2-minute drill. What's the situation here? We just went up. How much time is left? You got to put that ball on the ground. You got to make it where they can't fair catch it and it does not go out the back of the end zone. You got to squib it or get that little hanging bounce kick where they've got to field it. You run at least 4 seconds off that clock. You're hosting Cincinnati Bengals this week, and not homesick about it right now.
Facts. Hoping it gets like that little bounce or whatever. You
got to put the ball in play.
And goes
You got to put it because this is my whole thing. If I can take 4 seconds off the clock, I'll sacrifice 20 yards.
So that makes it 8. So now it's 8 seconds left.
8 seconds. You
not 8 seconds left.
I'm gonna bracket you, keep you in the middle, dog. You ain't about to. Hey, you not about to get that in 8 seconds.
That's like
dog.
one play and then a Hail Mary.
That's it.
One play and then a Hail Mary.
Not the one play. Tyreek Hill. Whoop.
Wow, bro.
Hey.
Wow.
They said Mahomes and him and Kelsey start playing Sandlot. And just, hey man, you got to. If they do it again, hey, hats off to them. They did their thing. I feel sick with Josh Allen though, man. That hard work, that offense played a hell of a game, and to come up that short and not be able to go do, not get there. But hey, man, look at these young guns in the AFC.
Yeah. I said it, man. I've said it. I'm gonna say it again. I said it on my show yesterday, man. MCSP Radio live in studio. Also, the YouTube, check that out as well. But I said it, guys, between Justin Herbert, between Joe Burrow, between Josh Allen, between Patrick Mahomes. I'm telling you, the NFL is in great hands. The AFC is going to be hell for like another 10, 15, 20 years, however you want to go. Between those four, I'm telling you, it could be anybody, any one of those four teams, any one of them boys can take their teams all the way to the AFC championship.
And that's why
Any one of them.
Aaron Rodgers can't bring his ass to the AFC. It's loaded. He don't want to come over there and have them problems in the playoffs.
I don't think you want that right now, man.
He don't want that smoke. That's what them young kids say. He don't want that smoke right
I
now.
don't think you want that.
He can't handle that right now.
Real
But
talk.
hey, man, that's what it is. So out of all that we just talked about, what's your biggest surprise from the weekend? Out of all these games in the divisional round, what surprised you the most?
Maybe more that the Packers lost because I was expecting them to win.
And you know what? That's funny. You said the same thing. That's my biggest surprise too. Um, the Bills Chiefs, the ending was amazing and crazy. Doesn't surprise me that the Chiefs found a way to win because they're a well coached team. They execute well and they don't really make a lot of mistakes.
But let me ask you about that ending, man.
Go ahead.
Because I've heard a lot of hoopla about this this overtime. I've heard a lot of hoopla about it.
And I'm glad you said that because I had that down here as a note to talk about. Go ahead and answer what you want.
I've heard a lot of people upset about the overtime rules and if they should change and this is that and the third.
Mm-hmm.
What else could you do besides just giving the other team a chance?
I mean,
you know what I'm saying?
Go ahead. I read this is my whole thing, man.
I'm an old school kind of football guy, and then I do like some of the new rules that are implemented. But like for the longest, the NFL has had it in the way that the first, you make that touchdown, you win.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now I know they came up to the parts of where they said, and I don't know when they implemented it, but I know they ended up coming up with, okay, if you did get the field goal, the other team gets the shot. But it's still the bottom line is we score a touchdown, we win the game.
Right.
It's still the bottom line. Point blank.
And this is my whole thing, man. And a lot of people are gonna get mad, and I don't care. But I'm kind of old school like you. The rule is the rule. You already got to think about how many games these guys are playing. It's an extra game. You want to extend this one game now just as a fan because of your excitement, your enjoyment, and it ain't needed. This is my whole thing. If the Bills do what they're supposed to do in them last 13 seconds, it don't even get to overtime for us to have this argument. So handle your business on the field, win the game in regulation, win the game in regulation, and then you're not even worried about.
If you prevent the game from going to overtime, we're not having this discussion.
It's not even a discussion.
It's not even a discussion. So that's where you have to look at. You have to look at it. Say, I know people. See, people wanted to see Josh Allen come back. That's what it is. They wanted to see. They wanted to see the game keep coming.
And then
but
what?
You still got to break it down. You still got to break it down to the back. He brought him. He already did what he was supposed to do.
Now your defense has to do what they're paid to do.
Your defense has to come up and do what they're supposed to do. At that point in time, they were up 36-33. They had them boys up by 3 points, and like you said, 13 seconds left. Defense has to go out there and handle their biz.
Yeah.
So you can't get mad at the rules that it flips and then the coin toss gets to KC. That's just the rules of the game.
That's it. That is what it is.
Then the defense had to go back on the field and stop them, which they didn't do. It's the name of the game.
That's it right there. So that's my whole thing. If you don't like the rules, tell your team to win in regulation. And
handle your business. Game management.
I got into a debate with somebody today. I ain't gonna call it an argument. It's a debate because he entitled to his opinion. I'm entitled to mine. And he was like, "Man, they got to change these overtime rules." I said, "Or don't blow a lead with 13 seconds left." And that's all I put. No, but there's no buts. Don't blow a lead with 13 seconds.
Don't blow the lead, bro.
And then you're not mad, right?
We're not having this discussion.
You're not mad at all. All right. So that being said, we talked about them games. We talked about overtime. I'm so glad you said something because I totally forgot. It's even right here in front of me. Do you think Aaron Rodgers' time is up in Green Bay? Do you think that was his last game at Lambeau Field as the home team?
Hard to say. Hard to say. I don't know where he would go. Uh, Sometimes it's kind of hard to see players in other uniforms like it was for Brady.
Right.
So you can't really envision where he would go. I don't think. I mean, and it's very tricky with Rogers because of some of the things that he said in the media and whatnot. Like some of the things that he's came out and said, even
Right.
in his own words. It's like you take it, but can you take it for the truth? You know what I'm saying?
He did.
It's kind of gotten to that point. And
Right.
I know he's came out and he said that that he's enjoyed his time with the team, and this has been one of the greatest years, and he's loved the camaraderie and all of this stuff and whatnot. But
Uh-huh.
you know, it's still the simple fact. You had to go through all of this crap before the season started.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
even regardless of what happens on the field, you still got the management and stuff to deal with behind closed doors
Yeah.
that don't nobody see. So, could it be? It could. It could. At the same time, could I see Aaron Rodgers go to another team? Yeah. But then I can also see Aaron Rodgers just saying, screw football and just go be the host of Jeopardy or something like that.
Yeah. I've talked about that before in the past. And Tim, it's so funny you said that. He said if Brady retires, maybe Aaron Rodgers can go down to Tampa Bay. And I said that, but the thing is, I think Green Bay still has to trade him the way they work that deal out. If he leaves, I
Mm.
don't think they're gonna let him go to nowhere that close in the NFC. Um, would be interesting. And that's the next question. Do you think it's time for Tom Brady to retire?
Last year should have been his last year.
You think so?
He should have retired last year after he won the championship.
Now, hey, Reed, this is my thing. And it's easy to say that now because we know he won the championship and then they got bounced in the divisional round, right? So it's easy to say, man, he should have just went out when they won the championship. Realistically, he's 42 seconds away from keeping his legacy alive to win that eighth Super Bowl, right? And the way he played and for what's out there, for every quarterback in the league right now, and I'm looking at all 32 teams, I would still take Tom Brady to be the captain of my team. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
Okay.
I would take Tom Brady being that guy to give me a chance to get back. Now, Tampa Bay's got a lot of work to do with a lot of the other pieces. They got to sign Godwin back. They got defensive pieces they're probably going to lose,
Yeah.
and that's going to get away from them. Who knows what's going to happen? But I'll take him. I'll take Tom Brady for another year. Give me one more to see what it's going to really look like, and then after that, right off into the sunset. And I almost want to kind of see him do the farewell tour. I announce your retirement before the season. Let every fan take it in at every game, at every stadium you play in next year. Do this, celebratory parade wave, leaving the field, and ride off into the sunset with Giselle and your family, dog.
Well, did they do that for Big Ben this year?
Well, Big Ben didn't come out to that last
I'm just
break.
saying they guys because
Hold on,
everybody
man. See, here we go. Jay Styles. Brady looked really
on Netflix
old
and
to
chill.
this game.
I
Hey,
see
man,
Jabbar.
anybody would look old with Aaron Donald and Von Miller hitting them in the mouth. Brady didn't look no different than he looked most games this season. And he manages his game way more. I'll put it like this. If he decided to leave Tampa, Jerry Jones would approach him about coming to replace Dak
but
Prescott.
but gang.
Go ahead, man.
As much as people love to see Brady, as much as people love to see what he's done and what he's accomplished, what else do we need to see, man?
There's nothing else we need to see for
What
sure.
else need? What else?
He's
Like
got
like like
he's got 7 rings. There's
like
nothing
like
else to
like.
see.
I'm not saying that I don't tune in and not watch Tom Brady, but damn, I don't have to tune in and watch Tom Brady. You see what I'm saying?
I
You
got
see
what
what
you're
I'm
saying. I
saying?
feel you. I
Like
feel you.
what else? Because it's what's another touchdown to him? He's
You're
already
right.
broke the damn
Yeah,
record.
and he's got
What's
record
another
on top of
100,
record on top of
400
record.
yard game? He's already broke all that stuff. So it's like, it's like he's just padding the stats, just to do the damn thing.
Yeah.
And I mean, to me, again, when they showed him with that helmet for AARP, that's funny. That's funny.
Oh, damn.
Um,
Hey,
my,
man.
my
Leave my
thing,
quarterback alone, damn it, Jay Stoggs.
I just think it would have been best. It would have looked wonderful
Yeah, I feel you,
for
man.
him to go out and look at the way that he did it. Look at the way that he would have done it if he retired. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
All those years in New England, then he goes to Tampa Bay, gets Gronk and all that stuff. His first season doing it, and also him being, you know what I'm saying, the first time that the team that hosts the Super Bowl wins the Super Bowl. You see what I'm saying?
Facts, facts. Yes, sir.
Like,
You're right.
like all of that could have just been written, and you could have rolled off to the sunset like, I'm the greatest of all time. Look what I just did. Look what I just did. Who else is gonna do this? He
Right.
could have rolled off to the sunset like that. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're right. Hey, man, this is my whole thing. It's a great debate. We could talk about it forever. The game ends for everybody. I always say that to everybody, and very rarely do you get to dictate how the game ends for you when you get to be a professional football player. It
Yeah.
just most of the time it doesn't happen.
Yeah,
Brady controls his narrative.
he does.
So
He does.
if he
He does.
retired this year, to me, I'm happy and I'm at peace with it. Whatever he wants to do, I'll take it because I know it was an improvement. He got Tampa another championship. He made us more than relevant
Yes, he did.
again,
He
and
did.
and I thank him for it. I
Yeah.
know coming back to play another year is going to be hard. Does he need to do it to prove anything? Read, every point you made was beyond valid. He doesn't need to prove anything. He doesn't have to come back to prove anything at all. Go chill with Giselle, like Jabari said. Go
Chill with the
watch
kids, man.
Netflix and
Chill with
chill.
the kids, dog.
Go make you another commercial.
7 championships, bro. Ain't nobody finna do that, dog.
7, dog.
You did it, man.
You
You
did
did it, bro. And the funny part is, for the longest time, I didn't want to call this man the GOAT, bro. I didn't want to call him the GOAT.
Nobody does
But dog, you got
until he's on your
7
team.
championships.
I didn't either until he joined my team. And
7
now
championships.
7.
Who does that in the NFL? You know how hard that is. Just like Jordan did, getting 6, but Jordan did it back to back to back
Right.
2 times.
Right.
You know how hard that is.
That's unheard of.
Okay, so
Especially in today's game.
when you
Wouldn't
doing
happen.
unheard of stuff,
Right.
what
else
else
you got to prove?
bro?
I feel you. Hey man, we're gonna keep this train moving, and let's see. I hope it doesn't go out like Jordan in the last. I mean, we're not gonna talk about Jordan in the Washington Wizards uniform. I don't even count
don't
that
count.
year. I don't even count them years, man.
We don't count those
The
years.
way he went out there and bullied Kwame Brown. Anyway, that's a whole nother show.
Oh,
Hey,
Kwame gonna come up on the show.
hey, right.
Yeah.
So hey, man, here we go. We got the championship
boom, boom, boom.
preview going down.
Mm.
Man, it's unreal, dog. It's unreal. The Bengals and the
Yeah.
Chiefs, the 49ers and the Rams. Hey, Reed, Bengals, Chiefs, who you like, man?
Really?
Hey, man, I know who you like with your heart, but I need you as the analyst to break down what you think the chances are
Jabari, don't hate.
of the
Don't hate.
Bengals.
Don't
Uh
hate.
oh, let me see what he's saying over there.
He's
man.
saying boo over here. We just talked about your Cowboys, bro. Come on. Yo, look. This is me being the analyst. Like you said, I got you. Big game. I would rather we play KC than Buffalo. But we put up some points. We put up some points. We put up some yards when we played them last time. Don't forget that Buffalo put up some points and put up some yards on them in this last divisional round. They put up 33. It's going to be a hell of a game because this was in KC. But ultimately, nah, I'm not. I'm not, homie. I'm not at all. Ultimately, I think Bengals pull it out.
I think Bengals pull it
I
off.
think Bengals pull it out.
Do
I
you
think they pull the upset. I think they pull the upset of the upset. And yeah, it's a celebration in Cincinnati.
do you think they can handle? So do you think Joe Burrow will be more at ease, not facing as good of a pat? Now I take that back. Melvin Ingram been getting his behind off the ball and putting pressure on quarterbacks.
Mm-hmm.
Jones has been putting pressure on quarterbacks. Can Burrow survive another 8 sack game and bring the Bengals to victory?
I have to see how many sacks they got against KC that first game. How many sacks KC got against them? I don't figure it'll be an 8 sack game. I'm sure they're gonna tighten all that stuff up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Um, but it's gonna be a shootout.
I
It'll
think the
be a
task
shootout.
is easier this week to protect him than it was last week against
It's gonna be
Tennessee.
easier. It'll be
It
easy.
should be easier. Um,
But I think Cincinnati has the weapons to pick apart this defense, man. And then I think Cincinnati has a defense that these guys they have a defense that's not scared to play, man.
so they can stop Flash and Kelsey
They can slow them down.
and McKinnon,
They can
who's been
slow them
playing well.
down.
Man,
They can slow them down enough to win the game.
hey man, I'm gonna say
Speaking
this.
with your heart, my guy. I'm telling the truth.
I really hope that Joey B, Joe Cool, and the Cincinnati Bengals can go in the Arrowhead and handle business.
Cincy for the upset.
I think it's gonna be tough though, man. For some reason, man, Kansas City changed my mind about them last week.
I'm scared they're gonna cheat somehow.
Oh, oh man, how they gonna cheat? Where's the cheating gonna come from? I want to hear the logic behind this one, big dog.
Hey man, phantom calls.
Mm,
Phantom calls always happen. Now the good thing about it is Cincinnati is like one of the least penalized teams in the league this year. You know what I'm saying?
okay,
So it's gonna be interesting to see. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Call a holding. We break a
right.
big ass play and bring it back type shit. You know,
Yeah, it could happen, man.
and,
I hope it doesn't. But this is my whole. I think it's gonna be a tough game. I think that
very much.
the
Very.
Bengals have something that they. And I said this about Josh Allen and the Bills. They had confidence that they could go in and win, and the offense showed that confidence. The defense lost their the defense relaxed. I think the defense relaxed when 13 seconds was on the clock.
Mm-hmm.
It's something about this Bengals team. They have a chip on their shoulder right now. They're going in, and they're not scared. So they're gonna stand there and go toe for toe. It's gonna be like an old school heavyweight slugfest. I think it's gonna be punch for punch for punch,
Yeah.
and whoever has the ball last, I think is gonna win that game. I think whoever has the ball last will win the game between the Bengals and the Chiefs. I think
They
that's what
not
it's gonna
scared,
come
man.
down to. They're not
They
scared.
not scared. They are not scared. I follow it. You know what I'm saying? I've seen the videos and whatnot. Shout out to them, man. Them boys are scared. They not scared at all.
Now,
So
so A. Reed says Bengals. I said the Bengals have a chance, but right now I picked against Mahomes last week. I can't do it again. I
I
think the
feel you.
Chiefs. I think the Chiefs gonna find a way to pull it out at
Which
home,
ain't a
man.
bad pick. Which is not a bad pick, bro. Which
I
is not a
mean,
bad pick.
you
I'm
know,
not mad either way, man. It's
it's
beautiful just to see my squad this far. You
I
know what I'm
got you.
saying?
I feel you. I feel you. It's been a long
You
time
know what I'm
coming.
saying?
A long time coming.
I've got a lot of flack from being a Bengals fan, so it's just beautiful to see this right now.
Right.
And put it, especially you Cowboys fans that been on my ass. I say, and I be supporting y'all, but god damn, y'all better, man.
Hey Tim, it's hard to go to 3 straight Super Bowls, but didn't Buffalo do it back in the '90s? They went to
They
three,
went to
didn't they?
4.
They went to 4 in a row and
They
lost
went
all of them.
4 and lost.
Man, that's crazy. It's hard, but if anybody can, if anyone can do it, Kansas City can get to that third one, man. It's just the
They
makeup
can.
of their team. They're playing well at the right time.
They
They
can.
finally got it going in the playoffs.
They can.
Looking over at the NFC, San
Mm.
Francisco 49ers versus the Rams. Now, Reed, before I ask you who you think is going to win, the 49ers have beat the Rams the last 6 times they played.
Yeah. Yeah. See, that's your X factor right there.
The 49ers have beat the Rams 6 straight times. Can they beat them a seventh time?
That's your
Or
X factor.
will the home team play in their Super Bowl stadium
For the second straight year.
for the second straight year?
That's
I think
crazy.
I think that's
That's
a good
wild.
narrative for the NFL as well.
Yeah. Um, that's going. Look. Both of these games are going to be games that everybody's going to be tuned into. Everybody's going to be tuned into both of these. Um, this is the thing. Rams have no choice. Rams have no choice but to win this game.
I think you're right.
They have no choice. You see what I'm saying, dude?
Yeah.
As we stated plenty of times, you don't make those moves. You don't make all of those moves. Von Miller, OBJ, all of that. You don't do that just to come up short. This was Super Bowl or bust.
Right.
Now you're one game away. You have no choice. You have to win this game, regardless of anything.
Yeah.
You have to win this game. So, with that being said, oh my gosh.
Hey man, this is my whole thing.
Because if I say Rams
Uh-huh.
and then if Cincy wins, I'm scared of that Super Bowl. I'm scared of that fucking Super Bowl.
Why is that?
Rams, bro.
That pass rush.
I'm
That y'all
scared of that.
you
You
should
know
be.
what I'm saying?
You should be. Aaron Donald scares
But I
most grown
feel
men.
better with the San Francisco one. So
Okay.
I'm kind of low key rooting for San Francisco because I feel like if we win on our end, we can take care of San Francisco and do this damn thing.
I hear you. Now, you said something that made a lot of sense to me, and leading into last week's games, ESPN had talked about it a lot. Um, the GM for the Rams put all his chips in. Everything is in. He went all in on it. It's win now or go home. He's traded away first round picks to bring people in there. Odell Beckham Jr. is starting to gel right at the right time.
Mhm.
Von Miller came in. He's had 6 sacks in the last 5 games to
Mhm.
go along with what Aaron Donald's doing. And the thing is with Aaron Donald, even when he doesn't get sacks, he demands so much attention up front. He disrupts an entire game. So it's just amazing. The 49ers beat the Rams 6 straight times. I think that's going to be so hard to do this time. Because think about it. How does the Rams even live down? Man, y'all only in the Super Bowl because we blew a 17-point lead in the fourth quarter to let y'all in.
Mm.
And now we let y'all beat us too? There's no way the Rams can get away with the 49ers beat them. If the 49ers beat them, they're going to turn into the brand new Atlanta Falcons. They're going to go to hell and never be right again.
Bro, I'm telling you, if the Rams lose this game, shit. Oh, it's about to be nasty. It's gonna be nasty.
Hey, so Jay Stoggs, you really ever saying that this LA team, like another LA team that brought in a lot of people to try to win a championship? They're talking about the Lake Show.
Lakes, yeah.
Hey man, how you gonna find a way to bring basketball into what we talk about right now?
He's Jay Stoggs.
Hey man, my wife.
Shout out to my man though.
Hey man, my wife is gonna choke you when she sees you. She just want me to pass that along. Jay Stoggs has a real hate relationship for the Los Angeles Lakers, and it's understood. They beat Dallas Mavericks most of the time throughout his career, his life of watching and liking basketball. So it's easy to hate a team that's beat you down. A big shout out to my man Jay Styles. That's the co-host of Big Game Sports Buzz, live Thursdays at 6 p.m. Central Time, and we're about to take this thing streaming on TV as well, y'all. So we're about to be on 2 different TV networks streaming. You can get it through your Roku and your Fire Stick. Wiki TV, some big things that we're doing with ASAP. So, and A Reed and I also about to take this over to the TV streaming side, man. So
Yes,
a lot of big things happening, man. Big shout out to Jay and Freddie for approaching us about that, man. And we really appreciate it. So, A Reed, they got all chips on the table. They put everything in. They betting it all. They doubling down. It's all or nothing for the Rams. And that San Francisco team, they're not scared. Let's get
No,
that
they
straight.
not.
San
They
Francisco
not.
not scared. They're gonna do what they need to do, and they're gonna believe in themselves. Debo Samuel changes the game with all. He's like Cordero Patterson. He's a Swiss Army knife. He's a receiver. He's a running back. You can put him back as a punt returner. If you asked him to run down on kickoff, I bet he would do it with no problems and go knock somebody out. Um, the Niners find a way to challenge this team.
Mm-hmm.
That's what scares me going into this game.
Mm-hmm.
I just think it's hard to beat a team 3 times in one season, but San Francisco's done it the last 6 meetings.
Yeah.
So they have a formula for winning. I think it's going to come down to the play of Matthew Stafford.
Oh,
Can Matthew Stafford,
of course. That's
mimic?
the biggest. That's what everybody's gonna be watching.
If he can mimic what he did in Tampa, the Rams win that game hands down. If he can mimic what he did in Tampa,
facts
against the 49ers,
all facts.
The Rams will win that game and be going to the Super Bowl, man.
All facts.
That's just, what I think and what I feel. So I'm going to say it's going to be Rams, Chiefs, in the Super Bowl. It's my picks.
And I wouldn't be mad at that. I think all the beauty of this one, the beauty of these 2 matchups is that all 4 teams can make up an interesting Super Bowl.
Got you.
All 4 teams can make up an interesting Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Whoever wins, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's a great story. It's a great story no matter who gets to the ship and plays for it. And I think it's gonna be interesting to see. Now, Reed, before we get out of here, we had breaking news today that we didn't talk about yet.
Boom.
Sean Payton has stepped down as a New Orleans Saints coach.
Heard about it.
And I know Stoggs and I gonna dig into that on Thursday. But what's your thoughts on that right there, man? What's your thoughts on Payton stepping down? Do you think there's a bigger play in the works?
Might be. I think Payton has looked at that roster and just kind of realized, like, damn. I think he kind of just had his. I think it's just time is up, man. Time is probably up over there, man.
Yeah,
probably what it is, man. Especially, I think a big part of it is not having the stable quarterback position.
I got you. I can see
what
that.
I'm saying.
I can see that.
Not having that stable quarterback position that they haven't had since Payton been gone. Yeah,
all right.
Since
Breeze. I got you.
Yeah.
All right.
I think that's what it is, man. Yeah.
And I it's something to it. And I'm not gonna give all my secrets away. What I think, I'm gonna dig into it a little bit more. And on Thursday, I'm gonna talk about it a little bit more. But the other thing that came up today, and I'm almost sick of talking about this guy, Antonio Brown came out and he was on
I Am Athlete.
Yeah, I Am Athlete. I love that podcast, man. Brandon Marshall, Ocho Cinco, all them guys do a great job on I Am Athlete. And I like checking them out. I'm catching up now. I'm checking out old episodes on YouTube as we speak. Yeah. But he comes out and says that he thinks that Lamar Jackson is the quarterback out there that he needs to play with and the best guy out there. Mm-hmm. It's like he's coming out and auditioning for a job and trying to put the bug in Lamar Jackson's ear. Mm-hmm. What makes anyone think that Antonio Brown is going to change his ways and be good for a young quarterback like Lamar Jackson?
Well, first and foremost, Lamar did respond with that little purple devil emoji smiling and stuff like that. So okay. He did respond to it. And then I did mention this on the show MCXP Radio Live with T yesterday. The fact is, I was wondering if he was going to get another chance to get back in the league. And T had said that he'll end up getting another chance because he's too good of a talent. Unfortunately, you see what I'm saying? Right. He's just too special of a talent. No matter how crazy the dude is, the dude produces on the field, regardless. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like you could see that happening,
right?
But then again, could he end up getting blacklisted?
Maybe, but Keyshawn Johnson had a good point on First Take this morning. He said Antonio Brown is no different than Dennis Rodman of the NBA. Dennis Rodman was wild and crazy, but someone still always signed him and gave him a chance.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Now, should Antonio Brown get another chance? I don't know. Will he? I think he will. I think someone's gonna roll the dice on it
I mean,
until
did he do something that was detrimental to the squad?
man, it was it was ridiculous. But it wasn't more egregious than half the other things that's going on. It wasn't Ray Rice in the elevator.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah, it wasn't that.
You know, it's
It wasn't the old boy who was just tossing his girl around. I forgot what team that was.
a boy from the Jets.
Was it the Jets? They had the video of him just tossing his girl around.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
horrible. Yeah,
That was that made me
that was
cringe. Yeah,
horrible. You know, so
but
yeah, he ain't did nothing like that.
yeah. So he's gonna get another chance. Should he? Yeah. Will he? Yeah. But I just thought that was interesting that he came out pretty much politicking and auditioning and trying to find a way to get another job and get somebody. But every time every time someone goes to bat for him, it feels like he shits on them later though. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. What you gonna do?
I feel you.
You know.
So, hey man, hey y'all, I want to say thank you for tuning in to Move Those Chains. I'm your boy Big Game James. That's A Reed. A Reed, y'all can see us handle up there at A Reed TV at MCXP Radio. Y'all follow him. The Man Cave Express podcast is a monster, is a beast. I'm Big Game James. You can catch me and Jay Stoggs on Big Game Sports Buzz on Thursdays, 6 p.m. Central Time. And, you know, we got a cool top five for y'all this week. Top 5 playoff moments. Top 5 playoff moments. I read the video game one went off without a hitch, dog. It was kind of cool. So
yeah.
I have to tell you about that list later, man. So for A Reed, I'm your boy Big Game James. This been Move Those Chains.
Yes, sir. Y'all take it easy.